Kids, this is me at 12 years old. Like every other kid, I didn't stand out too much. Had simple hobbies, got average grades, but there was one thing I remember that was pretty damn unique. I never got discouraged by failure. Got a bad grade on a test? I'll study harder for next time. Can't play the song on piano? Just gotta practice a bit more. My crush rejected me? No worries, plenty of fish in the sea. I think it's because we learn by failing, and because you're young and figuring everything out, you just fail over and over again and learn through that process.
It's a plane, it's always a plane.
It's messy, but it works. And so I decided, it's time for a little experiment. Let me show you what I mean. These are my skates. I recently picked up figure skating as a sport, and it's going, but I found myself at a bit of a plateau. For context, there are 6 beginner levels to learning how to skate, and I've been trying to reach basic 5. It generally takes around 6 to 8 weeks of consistent practice to reach basic 5. And according to the official skating skills chart, I fall somewhere between basic 3 and 4, which doesn't seem like a huge leap, but it took me 2 months to get to this point. It takes 2 months to reach basic 5, and I think I'm gonna try to do it in a week. Here's the plan. Almost everything in basic 5 requires one leg balance. So throughout this week, I'm gonna spend as much time on the ice as possible just drilling in these skills. And on the days I'm not on the ice, I'm gonna be working on my general balance and flexibility. At the end of this week, I'm gonna be tested by my good friend Zane. I know it's not realistic to expect mastery in such a short time, but my goal is to really push beyond my comfort zone and not be afraid to fail in the process. Or in this case, fall. All right, it's day 1. I wanna get really comfortable going backwards, so I'm gonna warm up and then go through my progressions until I eventually hit a wall. Not literally, I hope.
I wish we could speak the truth. I wish we could start over.
I've been thinking a lot about why we don't give 100% on our first try. Somewhere along the way, we learned exactly how much effort to give just to get by. Anything difficult takes energy, and our bodies are trained to seek out the easiest path. There are so many things I know I should be doing, but when it comes time to actually do them, I freeze. My mind instantly goes to everything else I could be doing. I'll admit, it's not very productive, and 90% of the time, I let that thought win. I keep thinking of all the ways I could trick my brain into doing the hard work, but the reality is, the action comes before the thought. A lot of the advice out there is about optimizing your routine, your work, basically everything. But we often don't realize that the precursor to effectiveness is just raw time. To put all available hours into the thing you're working on, and only when there's no more time left to give, that you focus on getting more out of your time. It's difficult, and you'll want to quit a million times. But if it were easy, everyone would do it. Day 2, rink is closed today. The sheer weight of this challenge is starting to hit me. I realized that my left leg is considerably weaker than my right. And so today I'm gonna go to the gym, work on some balance exercises to hopefully strengthen that part and make it a little bit easier for me to actually, balance on the ice. Damn.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me. And it blows my mind. Yeah, it blows my mind.
Good morning. It is day 3. I don't know if I did something at the gym yesterday, but I woke up and my legs kind of hurt a little bit. Let me give you a breakdown on some of the skills that I've been working on. We've got backwards half swizzles, backward 1-foot glides, crossovers, and then the one skill I have yet to attempt just because I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of afraid of them. And that is backward crossovers. Honestly, don't know how it's gonna go because I can't even do forward crossovers that well. At least not in like the nice, flowing, smooth, beautiful looking crossovers. Mine are like very, very jaggedy. So I think the plan for today is just rest up, take some painkillers for my legs, and see how I feel later. The next couple of days were honestly a blur. Between all the hours spent on the ice practicing and at home trying to heal my legs, I was pushing both my body and mind to a place I hadn't visited for a long time.
What do you think? I'm making good progress. I got my 3 turns down.
Oh, I got no falls yet.
Nice. Falling is always good.
He's gonna put a flashback.
Oh, so that's how you're supposed to fall. So tomorrow is the test. Honestly, there are quite a few skills that I'm still not super confident about. I honestly thought that with all of the time I put in, I'd have it down pat and this would be like a breeze. But if school is any indicator, tests are not my strong suit. I was really tempted to ask Zaina if we could push the test back a week just so I would have a little bit more time to practice and really like perfect all of these skills, but schedules are looking pretty tight and the only time slot that's open at the rink is tomorrow. I've been noticing that one more week is something I say about a lot of things, and the things I say it about rarely ever get done. They just get further away. As for my legs, the pain is still there. However, my biggest concern is the fact that the left one is still super weak. So I think the best move on the board is to go home, rest up, and just hope the best for tomorrow. I wouldn't even say I'm nervous. I'm just at that point where I don't feel anything anymore. I should probably go home. Kids, wish me luck.
Somewhere along the way, I started to care how other people saw me.
Are you ready?
As ready as I can be. Instead of taking setbacks and failures on the chin, I took it to heart, and it began to color my subsequent experiences. Fear crept in, doubt settled, and my confidence dwindled. That unwillingness to waver from my youth is something I've been striving to reclaim. It wasn't that I didn't know fear. In fact, most of my feelings were likely nervousness and anxiety that I mistook for excitement. Naive? Maybe. But maybe that's what I needed. Successful people are rarely realistic. There's usually a factor of delusion in them that allows them to operate like that. The delusion of knowing that no amount of failure will ever kill you. Change is uncomfortable. Showing unfinished things to people is uncomfortable. Doing something before you feel ready is uncomfortable. But waiting for the discomfort and fear to go away first, that's just another way of not going. So whatever the version of this is for you, the thing that you've been waiting to feel ready for, I'm not going to tell you it won't be uncomfortable. It's okay. It will. I'm just telling you the discomfort isn't the reason to wait. It's just the entrance fee.